Black Swan is the first new character releasing in version 2.0 of Honkai Star Rail. So today we're going to discuss the info we got about her kit during the recent livestream, as well as give my thoughts on Black Swan and how I think she's going to be in the game. So starting out with an overview of what we know about her gameplay and her kit. Now, unlike previous versional update live streams where they gave us either most if not the entire kit of a character, they really didn't do that since this live stream is more so focused on Penacony as a whole. So we only got bits and pieces for each of the characters. So starting off with what they told us about Black Swan, I do think they gave us the least amount about her compared to the other two characters, but a lot of her gameplay is going to revolve around her stacks of Arcana that she can apply to enemies using her basic attack and skill. And these stacks of Arcana are a very special type of DOT that has it can stack similar to Wind Shear, and the more stacks of Arcana that you have will also increase the dot damage taken from all sources, according to what they said in the live stream. And this is really good because, for one, it's a new type of DOT, but then secondly, being able to increase the amount of damage from other DOTs as well is going to make her work very well with a lot of the DOT characters. And also the fact that her kit is focused on her Arcana stacks rather than typical DOT, it's likely that outside of her break effect as a wind character, she's not going to really have any wind shear application like Sampo does. So she might not completely replace Sampo, but I do think that she will end up being a lot stronger just because of the nature of her Arcana stacks. So now to go into some possible synergies and just my overall thoughts on Black Swan. So I do think that she's going to work extremely well with dot teams, and I think Kafka is still going to work very well with her, just because, for one, Arcana is its own type of DOT, and secondly, Kafka would probably be able to detonate it as well, since it should be considered a damage over time. So that'll also be good for extra damage. But I do also want to say, for people who have been thinking about pulling Kafka because I want Black Swan, I do think that with the way they explained Arcana on the live stream, I think that Kafka might not be necessary to use Black Swan at either her full potential or closest to her full potential, because of the way Arcana boosts from any kind of damage over time. Sure, Kafka's gonna be able to get more more applications of it by detonating the Arcana dot, her lightning dot, and any other dot that might be on the enemies, but if Arcana stacks can be boosted by other types of dot, then I feel like depending on Black Swan's damage, we could also see teams working with Black Swan being the main damage dealer, having a sub DPS, whether it's another dot character, even a break effect centered build. Someone like Sampo, Knife, and Luca could be solid there. So I can see different characters like that working very well. And then also, once again, with break effect builds, I do think that, and the more and more I learn about the game and the more characters we get, it makes me really want to invest in Luca in a break effect build, because I've seen the crazy damage he can do in that build. And I think that's also going to be a thing here. I do think Black Swan, break effect Luca could be a very solid duo as well. And in terms of other characters for the teams, I do think that Ruan Mei will likely be the best support character for Black Swan's teams, because once you get that weakness break, she'll be able to extend that, and that'll be another time where the Arcana dot, as well as any other dots you'll have on the enemy, will also trigger. So that'll also be very good. Plus, with the extra damage from Arcana boosting all the other DOTs as well, will be very good. And then since she is since it is relatively DOT based, I do think Huo is going to be the best sustained character, just because of her attack and energy bonus on her ultimate. And while we don't know what Black Swan's ultimate does, or even her talent either, there could be other benefits we get from those as well. We'll just have to see based on once we get her full kit, and once we have also the multipliers on these skills, because we don't even know how much damage we're going to be able to output at all, just from what we've gotten from the live stream. So I do think, overall, Black Swan has a lot of potential, especially since she might be able to do really well even without Kafka. I do think Kafka is still going to be a very solid partner for her, but I do also think that she could still have some benefits even without using Kafka. But of course, we're gonna have to see once we have her full kit. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of Black Swan. But with that, I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed and haven't already, definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, all that fun stuff. And I will see you all next time.